Welcome to our monthly meeting with the Harwich Conservation Trust. Michael Lach, Executive Director, and Ryan Mann, Outreach Coordinator. They've had a busy month, and particularly everybody enjoyed. I know you had a good crowd at the wolf shows. You had 4 of them, and who wants to tell us all about that?
Want to lead off, Ryan?
Sure. It was a real howl. We had some amazing feats of wolfology, I guess. We had 3 wolves this year: Magpie, a gray wolf, her mate Abraham, a wolf-dog mix, and Zeb, who, if you had been here last week, there's Zeb right on the camera right there. If you remember from last year, Zeb was a little puppy. Well, Zeb has grown up, and Zeb is bigger than all the wolves, I think, combined. He's huge. It was spectacular. We had a Friday night show, and we had some wonderful participation there, and then we had 3 shows on Saturday. Really, really wonderful, and I really would like to thank all the volunteers that made it happen. There's Magpie on the camera there.
Yeah, it's just incredible, and like Ryan said, the volunteers really made it happen, and he's also pretty humble because he also really made the shows go off incredibly well. I mean, look at that. We have that huge screen in the back, a lot of setup that had to happen the night prior and the morning of, and we had over 300 people in there. It's amazing. Each show, really, and there's some of the merchandise that Mission Wolf brings along, because a lot of people want some keepsakes of this unique experience. I mean, these folks come all the way in from their nonprofit sanctuary in the Colorado Rocky Mountains, and they travel in this retrofitted U.S. Marine Corps bus. And these 3 wolves,
Pardon me.
bless you, these 3 wolves, Zeb, Abraham, and Magpie, are known as wolf ambassadors. They have the temperament to attend these programs, these educational programs, before these large audiences, and people really get up-close looks and learn about the history of wolves, the decline of the wild wolves in the West, the recovery efforts, and these wolves get to live out their natural lives in this sanctuary because they're really rescued wolves that have been orphaned by the entertainment industry and other issues that they've faced in their backgrounds. That's incredible. Yeah.
Next year, Ryan, could you warm up his nose a little bit?
Oh yeah, I'll do my best. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So we want to move on to boundaries?
Boundaries, yes.
Well, that you know, all these projects that Harwich Conservation Trust does over the year is really made possible by volunteers. And we were just talking about the wolves. Wolves are one of the great programs that are made possible by volunteers. We had a very successful participation with the Harwich half marathon in early October. Great participation. We had over 30 volunteers for that. And as the weather gets colder and the leaves fall, it gives us a great opportunity to see through the woods a little bit cleaner. And so one of the things that we're trying to do, this is our 3rd year of our project we call Boundary Quest. You can put an echo on the end there if you want. Quest. Anyway, it's really a great program. We have a group of very dedicated volunteers that work together to find where the boundaries of some of our key parcels are. This year, we're starting on the Mill Pond property, which was recently acquired by the town. Harwich Conservation Trust has a conservation restriction on it with the Chatham Conservation Foundation, and part of it is owned by the town of Chatham as well. So it's a very, very unique parcel. Thank you to the town for supporting that purchase, and it really is a special place, and we're looking forward to getting out into the woods and looking for boundaries. It's basically a modern-day treasure hunt. You don't have to have any experience, but we would love to have some folks that might be interested to go out, go for a walk. We meet on Tuesdays and Thursday morning around 9:30. When it's not really good weather, we do work inside. So if you're interested, we'd love to have you on board. We'll train you. We'll even give you a place to come inside when it gets really, really awful weather. So we'd love to have you, and we'll see you hopefully on Tuesday and Thursday mornings. Give me a call at the office if you're interested.
Now you ran that, and you said this is your third year.
That's right.
Yeah. Have you pretty much satisfied the boundaries in most of your other proproperties? Or
No.
You still have a lot to do?
Oh, this is going to be a yearly process for probably a long time. Harwich Conservation Trust has over 450 acres, 448.
Almost 450, yeah.
Yeah, almost 450 acres at this point. That's a lot of space to get the boundaries of.
Now, are the boundaries clearly when you find them?
It depends. It depends on a lot of factors, and so sometimes we've found that over time things have changed. People have moved things. We had one spot that someone literally put their compost pile on top of one of the bounds. And so there was probably a 2-foot pile on top of this bound that we were looking for. So it is a unique experience. We try to make it as fun as possible, and it is fun. It is fun. We have a very enthusiastic group led by Dr. Matt Cushing, and we have our AmeriCorps volunteer, Matt Cannon, working on that as well. So it's an enthusiastic group, and we look forward to having some new members of that this year.
And you give them all a compass so they don't get lost.
Not all of them.
Okay.
As a group, we give them a compass.
As a group, they have a okay.
We do a head count.
We do a head
Go
count
on the field, yeah.
before, not after.
Okay.
No.
Now, you had, or coming up this week, you have your annual meeting?
Sunday, November 6th, yeah, our annual meeting, our 23rd annual meeting and award ceremony, generously hosted by Wequassett, overlooking Pleasant Bay. It's open to the public, but we're asking folks to pre-register by calling us at 432-3997 or emailing us. You can find the email on our website, harwichconservationtrust.org. 2 p.m., so you can still make the meeting. If you're a Patriots fan, you can still catch the game afterwards. And it's going to be great. We're going to have Senator Dan Wolf be our featured speaker. And we're also going to honor our Conservationist of the Year, Rita Root and her family, who donated a permanent conservation restriction of 24 acres to the Harwich Conservation Trust, preserving land that bridges 2 ponds and 2 herring runs. Still their own private land. They reserve some building sites, but they are clustered away from the sensitive areas. We're also going to be honoring our Volunteers of the Year as a group, which are local photographers. You saw a great photo there of some fall foliage. There's one of West Reservoir taken by Stephanie Foster. And these photos really help us tell our story of our land-saving work and our stewardship initiatives and our citizen science projects like our nest box monitoring at a few sites. Bluebird, look at that stunning bluebird on one of our nest boxes. That one's taken by Janet DiMattia. She has got some amazing photos. You'll see more at the annual meeting, again at Wequassett at 2 p.m. Sunday. And that great blue heron done by Roger Everett, a bird photographer specialist who lives in Brewster, and he's donated his photos to us as well. And they really connect people to what we do, and those people in turn support our effort to save more special places. We're also going to be honoring our individual volunteer of the year, Peggy Rose. Many of you may know Peggy Rose. Yeah. Very active with Harwich Mariners and the Harwich Chamber events, and she's amazing. She's everywhere at once, and we look forward to honoring her too. So join us if you can.
Yes, yeah. Well, my best to Peg. She's a big help to us here. Yeah. And trails now. People walk through the trails here during the fall.
Absolutely. Well, you know, the off season, the slow time here on Cape Cod is a really, really special time to be in the woods. I think there's incredible sights and sounds this time of year. Migratory birds. We have lots of different types of mushrooms that might be coming up. But I do want to just let people know that with the recent events that we've had over the last few months, starting with Hurricane Irene, and now most recently the surprise Halloween nor'easter, we have experienced quite a bit of trees that are compromised in the trail systems. both Harwich Conservation Trust trail systems and the town properties. And this is something to be aware of. You're not on a sidewalk necessarily when you're in the woods, and we want people to just be aware that we are working on getting those trails cleaned up and passable. We can't be everywhere at one time. So if you are traveling on the trail systems, whether it's Coysbrook Woodlands or Bank Street Bogs Nature Preserve or one of the other destination properties that you might find in the trail guide, give us a shout, give us a call, let us know if you see something that needs attention. We want to make sure people are safe out there in the woods.
If you see Ryan walking around with a buzzsaw, maybe he needs a little help moving the remains of a tree that he's taken down. So you have a matching year-end gift program?
Yes, we have a great year-end challenge opportunity. 4 anonymous donors combined their resources and said they will match every donation received by Harwich Conservation Trust until December 31st, up to $15,000.
Wow.
So every donation that we receive up to $15,000, they'll double. And we've been receiving donations, small and large. It all adds up. And it's a great way for people to stretch their support for this limited time. And it was a great way for those donors to see an opportunity to expand our ability to accelerate our land conservation work. So let us know if you'd like to support us for the year-end donation and help us meet our challenge match.
Very good. So they can just call the number, or if they want to send, you want to give them your address?
Yeah, sure. Our mailing address is Box 101, South Harwich, 02661. It's Box 101, South Harwich, 02661 is our mailing address. Or just stop by the office at 947 Route 28 in South Harwich, right near the, kind of diagonally opposite the South Harwich Post Office, south side of Route 28. Or give us a call, we'll come pick it up.
As long as you're not in Wyoming.
Right. Wyoming, we draw the line.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity.
Oh, very good. We wish you luck with that. And I know that we'll talk to you again, and you have, for those of you who are wondering, there's a great program of talks coming up this winter, taking you through all the way through March. So we'll be getting into that in the future. In the meantime, remember the matching gift here up to $15,000. So it's a great opportunity for those who can't give the really big gifts to know that they're making a contribution more than what they're writing the check for. So thank you both again, and
Thank you, Paul.
best wishes for your fundraising.
Thank you.